To recap, we have made our first page. We've declared the doc type at the top. We have an HTML tag starting HTML and going to the end. We have a head section, which is ended here. We have a body section, which is ended with a slash body here. And then we have a style section beginning here and ending here with slashed style tag. It's worth noting that the whole of the document is written in HTML, but this little part inside the style is your CSS cascading style sheet. It's the styling, and this is what says how the page will look. Whereas within the body, it tells us what content will be on the page. So I'm just going to pause and I'm just going to delete something. To remind you, we left with one style defined, the body section. So we said when in the main part of the page we find a body tag, everything within it should be these colours, these font colours, and I've added Arial as a font. And this writing will show up on the page, shows in pink with a yellow background. Now I've made a little jump and I've given a new area a style. So whereas before body is a reserved word belonging to HTML, it already knows that word and expects it. That's why it's named just using the tag here. I can make my own words up, and then I can define whenever I use that word, a space with that word, then here is the style I would like. So what I've done is I have named a new word, and notice the dot in front of that word that says I'm defining it, and I've said I'd like thick padding all around the edges. I'd like the writing to be in the middle. I'd like a particular colour background. I'd like the writing to be white, and I'd like large writing. That's my CSS. That's my defining the style of what I would like anything called header to look like. Then if I scroll down here, I'll just put that there. What I've done, this is me in the body section using that description. And the way I do it is I make a tag called div, and notice me ending that tag here, straight underneath. And then the way I use my newly defined space is I say class equals, and then name that style that I've just declared. So I'm saying everything within these tags between div and end div, because I've labelled it as a type header or style header, I'm saying the writing you see here, please style it the way I told you to in the CSS at the top. And if I'll just save that, and I'll go and I will refresh, and you'll see I have this header here. If I change my styling, and I refresh my page, you see the way that the style changes. So the styling is here. Body is a known or reserved word, but header is a new word I've used. I made that word up for the program here today, and to show when I use it, I use this instruction and I close that space with the div here.